Welcome to the sighting edition of the show. Do you like pizza or pancakes? Never been done before. Never ran this question. You guys are in for a just unreal show today. You make sure I'm gonna select only viewers by a channel owner can send mess. Only viewers selected by me can send messages. I don't know how I'm supposed to know how to do that. I'm just baffled and blown away by what the screen says. My IQ is way too high for this thing. I see like 4 problems with that sentence. I think it was either written by somebody from, well, not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm not going to say anything. How can they be so good at math but suck so bad at English, you know? So, moving right along. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. This is a comedy show. Kevin Hart can make the worst, most horrible jokes about my boyfriend Tom Brady. What? I don't like football. I think football is... I love the game of football. It's amazing. Not the one you see on TV, though. The one where they don't wear helmets and they use people's heads to run down the field. That's my kind of sport. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that doesn't exist. Again, this is a comedy show. But for all you Betties out there, for all you bouncing Betties, bouncing out of your chair, you can't handle what's going on YouTube right now. You're freaking out. I just don't want to see people that are actually dangerous and harmful for young people, for old people especially. I think the most important thing to remember is we should watch out for old people. Old people are so gullible, they'll believe damn near anything anyone says at any time, right? Plus, they have the power to vote and make changes. A young person can't do nothing besides wet their bed. You know what I mean? Figure that out. We're only worried about what goes into the ears and eyes of young people. We should be the most concerned about what goes into the ears and eyes of our parents. That's why I inform my family. I teach them because nobody else will. You have to understand how the power that is within me is far greater than any of you possess, but you can take a piece of it and be influenced when you watch my show. Hit that like button. Let's get a like spike in the chat right now. 400,020 likes right now in the chat. There's 99 billion of you watching later. So hit that like so the world can really truly see who the man really was back in the day. Back in the 90s, I was your guy. In 2000s, I was obviously your guy. I could land more chicks in a day than probably your whole family's lineage landed in their lifetime. Take out the probably and guarantee you, bud. Just remember, I play for keeps. There's a lot of women out there that would love to have me as their baby daddy. That's not happening, okay? I think children are dreadful, awful. They're beautiful and they're so cute, but I don't want any kids for more than like 20 minutes around my ankles and knees. You know what I mean? Like just enough to like, you're super annoying now, babe. Wink, wink. We gotta go. Holy crap! My mom just went into labor. You know, we gotta get out of here. My mom's pregnant with twins. Flying her to Japan helicopter. I gotta meet her there. All of a sudden, yeah, this just came in. Oh no, I'm chipped. I just get messages. They just are sent right to me. So, remember, folks, if you enjoy the show, remember you watch. Pay attention. You know, comedy shows are meant about having fun, but inside there, if you read deep within the lines, today we talked about one country specifically. Okay, really good at math, right? There's a few really cool tidbits dropped on today's episodes. You're not going to hear anywhere else. I actually care about you. Okay? You guys hear about Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast is having some problems. I guess some sweepstakes issues have come up. Oh, I did a short video on it. If you go listen to the short video, it's like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. We're just talking about how. Oh, sorry, I ran this story 5 years ago. Oh. You guys hear about Sniper Wolf? That's my next big story we're going to be popping right away. Sniper Wolf doxing people. How bad is that, you know? Why would a nerdy girl like Sniper Wolf head over to someone's house, take pictures, post it onto her channel with millions of followers if she knew it was going to cause that person harm, danger, right? YouTube gave Sniper Wolf 1 month uh, you can't stream. She was still able to make her income. Everyone else that does that loses their channel. So we have, not only do we have favoritism, but we have a company that plays, well, favorites, which is over and above favoritism. It's actually illegal. So when you think about that, and they're doing harm to the public, right? So now you have to ask yourself, are you next, right? If you cross somebody from YouTube, do they use Sniper Wolf as uh, a large streamer who can rain hell on you with the public, right? With these meatheads, bouncing betties everywhere, these older people, with access to big 4x4s, gun licenses, and everything else. These meatheads, I like to call older people by what they truly are, and that's you've reached a point in your life where you're not really that smart, right? The world has left you behind, right? Your ability to use a computer sucks. Well, all the information age rests on a computer. It doesn't rest on your platform watching short videos. You have to search deep, far past that. In the comment section of smart videos lies one smart comment out of 47,000. That person was a scientist, is a professional of what isn't on the screen as professionalism. It's fake lies that create money, right? If you go back to the WEF, a woman states lies are worth money. And she works for corporations on the highest level. So listen, folks, you don't take my word for it. Go check what I said today. And if it turns out to be true, then it means it was true. So thank you for watching. I hope you all have the best of times in life. I love everybody equally. It's something you guys have to learn. Favoritism is the way of the devil, okay? The devil himself. When you love everybody equally, everybody's on the same playing field and gets the same fair chance. I was never given that. All my friends who are rich, their families were, some of them were very corrupt, above the law, working backdoor business deals, land deals, whatever it was, horrible stock market deals that you knew something was going to flip flop, so you sold sooner, or you bought it all before it jacked up. Listen, guys, this stuff is real. I am not part of it, nor do I want to be part of that. What you call a system, I call corruption. I want a new system, which is not a system. It's us being transparent with each other and leaving each other alone. Not worrying about what each other are doing in their yards or on your field or, in your town. As long as no one, no animal, no human life is being harmed. You should be at complete peace and have complete freedom to do as you will. I should have full reign to travel in any place, in any part of this plane of existence. I should have free right to food and vegetables that grow here for free, while people quarantine off all water and water resources so that I can't farm. I have no water to create life here on my farm. You understand me? They stole everything from us. And I want it all back. Everything. I'm giving them nothing besides a fucking cage. When I'm done, the world will be a better place. Remember me. Cash info, baby. Robin Hood style, baby. Robin Hood style. If any of you can think of a better fairy tale, story, piece of folklore, even remotely as cool as Robin Hood and his band of merry men and women. Think about that. The greatest story ever told is one not many of you tell your kids every night before bed. Shame on you. Start to tell them the true stories of what happens here right now. Don't sugarcoat nothing, because you just raise a puss later on in life. You raise these Bettys, these Chads, these Karens. You don't want your child to be that. You want your child to be a bright and shining light, a shining example of what you, a piece of you, right? Make a piece of you something better than whatever you stand for right now. Kaizen means every day you do more and you do better than you did the day before. And if you don't know and you don't understand that, I learned that at the age of 19. It was one of the first things I learned upon paying $3,500 for a Dell computer. It was the greatest investment of my life. I began to research and think far outside any boxes that were ever put in front of me that I was told in school. Open this shitty little box and see what's inside, Sean. Bud, you can do it. Open the box. I'm like, it stinks. It smells like worms. It smells like piss. I'm not opening it. Like, there's nothing in there I want to see what's inside of, Bud. As soon as I got my PC, I started going, wow. No way. Wow. It all stems from electric flying vehicles, folks. You do realize Operation Paperclip was a group of scientists, right? That all had specialized knowledge, information on rocketry. Okay? So this means they were into combustible engines of all sorts or not. They were into engines, right? Magnetism, and many other things. But most of you have no clue about this. Why? Because the only thing you're willing to learn is what Disney posts up for you, or Hollywood, or, well, that's about it, right? Whatever you can see on the TV is your influence, right? The movies you watch, whether you like to admit it, understand it, or believe it or not, they influence you to think in a certain way so that your mind believes people landed on the moon. But ask yourself, the footage you've seen in this day and age right now, could you recreate that shot? And the quick answer, and the short and dirty and the sweetest answer you're ever going to not want to hear, because you guys don't want to be fooled, right? You'd rather believe the lies than be told you were fooled for 60 or 50 years. See, so herein lies the problem, is your ego rests too high for you, and you were never open. There's something that I've always been. I question things. And do you want to know why questioning stuff in life is important? You don't question it daily, meaning this lamp, are you a lamp? You may ask it upon looking at it on the shelf for the first time. You might say, is this a good lamp? Is this a lamp I would need in my desk looking over my paperwork? But in 3 or 6 years, you're not going to fucking go, is this a lamp? So your level of questions, and what questions you do ask, they need to be smart. I'll ask you this question. Was there a scientist from Australia who stood on the Gold Coast cliffs and did a live TV broadcast stating the moon was plasma? Yes or no?
That's the question. Yes or no? The footage is on YouTube, and the question is in there for you to type in the search how to find that video. That scientist was smeared and drugged through the mud by science onlookers and the people who were his uh, co-workers, colleagues all over the world. Well, sometime later, they all basically entirely retracted their statement and agreed with him. Years later, though, sad. It's sad the grips that corporations have on the science, research, R&D level. It's wrong. We, as the people who pay the taxes, should only be paying science. We should have open knowledge. All the knowledge is private, and private to the company, to the person who is the project manager. The only person who will have all the knowledge on the R&D is the person at the top who gets all the data. Let's say there's 12 grow rooms, and each grow room is a different stage. We'll call them phases of growth. Most of you can't keep up. You're going to need a pen and paper. Draw it out for yourselves. Draw 12 different rooms. Draw tiny babies, seedlings. You call them babies, which is, you can use that term for humans or plants, because I know how things work. And it's always been like this. China just proved it 3 to 4 years ago when they cloned babies from test tubes, twins, with immunity to anthrax. They're calling them superhumans. Google it. Prove me wrong. That's just the ones they just came out and told you about. You think those are the first two they ever did? Come on. Go do some research in the States and on adrenochrome and what was going on in the States and all the factories that were shut down 6-7 years ago. You guys really don't understand. They were reopened in other countries. Oh, mic drop. Everywhere you look, there's somebody out there trying to tell you some lies for some money, right? Everywhere you look, there's somebody on the internet trying to lie to you for profit. And that's where I draw the line. When I see people spouting misinformation, I'll correct that. But if it gets to the point where your misinformation is just consistent and everywhere and all over, then I will take it upon myself to express to you. I found that bean finally. It was bothering me. It was getting closer and closer to the edge of it too. So that's wicked. We found that. Yeah. He's doing a cliffhanger on the countertop there. So we got a cup of tea here, and we're gonna do a secondary cup of tea. I do believe. Oh. I should be able to. Oh yeah. We'll just. So this tea, coffee maker, tea maker. I don't drink coffee, so it's organic tea. I'm sorry guys, I don't really understand. It's just plain tea with no caffeine, decaffeinated I think it's called, but it was never caffeine in there. It's just plants. I use plant-based berry teas, mint tea. There's no caffeine in that crap, in that stuff. So, what size of the amount of water you pour into a tea bag, and the amount of grams of tea in said bag, okay? That's gonna give you the perfect bite. Oh, the perfect bite. And then of course what you put in there, right? But if you like strong flavor, all you do is reduce the water. It sounds simple, but it's really not. You have to find that perfect blend for the amount of tea
the size of the cup matters. You don't want to use too big, but you definitely don't want a cup that goes right to the very top. I like to just do a single tea bag. This is my thing lately. I've really been working the tea flavor. Iced tea doesn't matter to me because I steep it so good. But a nice cup of tea is for sure around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. I go a little bit longer than the. You're not supposed to steep it for more than 5 minutes, right? Some people only steep it for 30 seconds, 12 seconds. That I've done it. I get it. It's but your water is also has to be the right temperature or you're gonna burn off the terps. See, they don't teach you that in the old times, but the technology that I run, what's my name? It's called, it's like decarboxylation. It's degradation, though, is the term in actuality. Degradation is the loss of terpenes through warm air. Okay? When terpenes are, and that's it, period. That's the perfect statement. Okay? Remember, you're always going to get the greatest knowledge from absolutely, I'm the greatest. Okay? I'm about to do something here. I'm going to talk about something here in a minute, and it's the greatest. Let me get it out right now. It's the greatest. My wife loves me. You guys, it's just a comedy show. Don't get ahead of yourselves. But if you actually did know, you would be like, no, you clearly are the greatest, bud. I know. But I didn't know until I knew, and I'm not playing. That's how it goes. You don't have to believe me. Just listen to me. I never really truly knew. And then one time I knew. I was like, this is blue. I'm like, dude, this one's blue. I've done purple was one of my first back in the 90s. But I did pure white, purple. I've made blue. What's my name? And it's phenomenal. Yo, phenomenal terps. But I get it, you know. I am one. I am the hash man. Wow. Whew. We gotta fix this up. Hang on. I'm gonna wash my hands again. I just washed them, but I feel like this calls for like a double washing. No soap with perfumes in it, nothing like that. Just straight wash your hands. Like everyone's like rubber gloves. I'm like, dude, you're wearing rubber gloves. Like bits of that break off. Like I know people are well aware, slightly aware. There is a technique to this. Absolutely, 100%. There's a tech, and it doesn't involve rubber gloves. But I've never worn a pair of rubber gloves in my life. I can't fit them. I don't like the way I start sweating. You know, like it's this is gross. The rubber gloves are disgusting. You're not supposed to contain your skin. Just like a plant, you wouldn't put a whole rubber glove over your plant. Go, okay, I'm gonna touch you now. It's just dumb, you know? And also, you shouldn't touch them anyway. But if you're a very clean person, I tend to think I'm an extremely clean person when it comes to my hands and like my immediate. There's things absolutely, like I'm sure you have. Everybody has their thing, right? Some people don't realize that whatever, everyone's like, oh no, I'm super clean. I'm like, no. You know, 6, 7 hours gone by, I don't even think you went near a sink. You know what I mean? Like, you're not as clean as you think you are. Touching your nose like 6 times. What comes out of your nose, you don't put into your back onto you. Ever. That's the excretion point. Your armpits, your butt, where you pee out of, those are excretion points. But it doesn't end there. You have your ears, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth can be an excretion point. I don't know, have you ever coughed up anything? You're lying if you say you haven't. Everybody coughs up something when you have a cold. It's congestion. Getting it out of you is healthy.
it's very healthy to get it out of you. I don't know if some people are not aware of, like, you should blow your nose, right? In Iceland, in the Amazon, they blow their nose into the same bowl, and then their community would drink and wash their face with that. Do you know why? Does anyone know why in the chat? That's right. Builds immunity, and that's part of the word community. That's how this, and it was instilled by the gods. That's part of the way to live, right? Nowadays, nobody makes contact, right? So you think about how many different little encased little, especially if you're locked away and then you can only go out to get groceries and stuff, and how little you exercise. Everything about that just screams disease and pestilence to me. Everything. You should be outside every day in nature, shaking people's hands, having conversations, high-fiving people you've never met before. I didn't say go around kissing everybody. I wouldn't do that. Only the hottest of chicks. So I don't know if this is even gonna make it to the. What have I done here, man? What has this even become? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, what is going on here, guys, gals. This looks interesting. This looks very, very interesting. This looks phenomenal. You would think you'd be able to get... This looks like a taco. This looks like a gigantor taco. Oh my goodness. It's a life-size huge taco. This is like a burrito, actually. Oh, dang. I just looked at the other side. It's like a wall. So we're going to have to keep this here for a while. Keep doing this. Well, on the bright side, it's huge. Oh! Wait for it! I just don't want to fling this again. It went everywhere the other day. I was like, oh, there's like 9 or 10 gone. I started to sanitize the counter like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I only do that like once a month. Like when I mean sanitize, I mean put some harsh stuff on the backsplash every. I wipe down the backsplash every morning. But I guess I sanitize it almost every morning, but not really as good as I use harsh chemicals. So I ain't using that stuff but once a month. I mean, if I know I use cookless, I don't use anything harsh in this. There's nothing gross in this house we cook with or anything. I don't even really cook in the house anymore. We've been eating a lot of pizza. Salads, pizza, and other stuff. I lost so much weight, guys. I lost a lot of weight. Eating a lot of vegetables. They just don't need to be baked or fried or just eaten raw. Raw. Oh yeah, by the way, I did it. But now, guys, is that real deal? I'm blown away. I'm blown. This is phenomenal. Holy Dinah. Probably weighs like... Huh? What? There's just really no telling how much tomatoes are going to cost this summer, guys. If the tomato price keeps going down like this, we could hit record lows for the tomatoes. Tomato crops could be worth pennies on the dollar, if you feel me. And I think that's awesome. Alright. That's a lot right there. Just reeks. I farted. Yep. That's it. We're gonna have pancakes tomorrow. Pizza tonight / I don't know. It depends. I feel like I could have a pizza tonight. We hit up Pizza Friday pretty hard, you know. Still got a bit of a pizza hangover from Friday. You know what I'm saying? But anything's possible. I'm just gonna put a liner in the oven for next Pizza Friday on the pizza pan. I'm using these pizza liners now. It's actually really helpful. I'll do a video on it. I kind of came up with it because I've been doing a certain style of pizza I really like, and I checked to see if it works this way. It works perfectly. In fact, I find it to be, well, it's going to be a little healthier, but not by much. But it will be. It'll be healthy. I couldn't tell you. I don't know about. I'd need a spectrometer or something like that. I'd have to like hit light through the food in order to tell you what was exactly in it, and then cook it the other way and see the difference, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not there yet. I am there. I just I don't know. One, I don't have a spectrometer. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I am unbelievably impressed, yo. Holy Dinah. Holy Dinah. Yo. Holy Dinah. So, if you take all of that in and consider that's sick. I'd like to see this get did. So we'll see how that goes. Interested I am indeed, yeah. Go slowly. Oh yeah. They get some. Yes, yo. Alright, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video that I made for you to watch completely, totally free, the information given in this video is all private information. They can't stop me now. If you want to learn what they don't want you to know, this is the show for you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Get out there in the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, the Holy Trinity. They say there's 3 suns. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not there yet, Evan. I can't figure out. Are we getting a different sun? You know what I mean? Like I gotta really do this. I'll tell you this, folks, we live in the known lands, okay? There are hidden lands, of course, that we are not allowed to set foot on. Do you believe me? Look at the Antarctic Treaty, look at its inception, and look at the latest signing of the Antarctic Treaty, and understand what happened. Please, folks, have a great day, and remember, you can't be me, stop trying. Hashman out. You look silly. Peace. Getting away from